told you about my story where how I was caught up into heaven, where I created an atmosphere through worship every night before I slept. And I'm going to sleep there. I'm repeating it for those who they don't join online services. They need some claps. So I'm there and I'm going to sleep and I'm charged up in the spirit. I've prayed. I've worshipped. I'm going there. I put my laptop on the other side there. And it's playing some nice strings. Just soft. I think by then there was one popular guy. His name was Deppy Keys. I don't know if you guys know him. But we grew up with that guy. So he would just be playing that piano softly and strings are backing him up. And I've worshipped. I've been charged up. And I'm going to sleep. I remember that day. I'm going to sleep and I slept like this. After about 10 to 20 minutes, I start to feel that there's something in my room. Something has changed here. And all of a sudden, I see myself leaving my body. And when I looked at the door, that side, I realized that there's an angel standing. He calls me and said, let's go. I began to walk with the angel like this. We walked miles until we reached a certain ground. It was like a soccer ground. And there was a ladder which was going up. That's when I began to understood that ground, it is a portal to heaven. That's why witches gather in places like that. So we entered a long, it was a long kind of a ladder. We entered. That's when I started to understand that in heaven, not everything is white. And I won't say much because I don't want you to go and imagine what I'm saying. And be like, I was caught up in heaven. We know you make up visions for yourself. So I get there. And in heaven, you must understand that there are levels. Get to first levels. There's just this tangible glory of God. And the angels, a lot of angels that you cannot count. He says, no, we got to move. I followed him as if there was a path. When we get to the other level, he says the body that you have cannot enter. He says we need to give you another body. That's when I was given another body. And when I was given that other body, it's then that I entered another dimension of heaven where everything is just alive. Where a rock, it's like alive. I don't know how to explain it, but I saw it that way. I saw beings that you guys, if you were to see them now, you will think, hey, this is a demon. He says, follow me, let's move. And I'm there moving, I'm seeing a lot of activities that are happening. It was as if he was leading me, to a certain location. And then when we get to this place, there was like a lot of stairs going up, like there was a throne on top. But the one who's seated on the throne, you can't see him. But his voice is everywhere. It is like he looked like light. I can't explain. But his voice, you just hear it from the ground. It's just everywhere. And I saw a scroll which was coming at the top and it was coming down like this. And the voice said, eat the scroll. I remember I ate the scroll. And I was told that from this moment, you will begin to understand the scriptures. Revelation will come. That's why we read the Bible and we understand it. It's from an encounter. We are talking about environment. So after that I was told, and then I get to this other location, and I was told that we are removing your left hand. I said, why are you removing my left hand? They said, your left hand, we are putting a sword. When you're conducting deliverance, you know how to do it. That's why some of you wonder why we can just do like this and people shift in power. It is a sword we received in heaven. I'm telling you, I moved. I saw compartments in heaven. In heaven, there are rooms where if we want to pray for your kidney, we know where to withdraw from. I remember I went to this other room. It was like a theater like this one. There were men of God, many. Some of them, I don't know them. They are seated and it's like they are watching what is happening here on earth with a very big screen. I remember the people that I remember, it was Paul. I saw Peter. Paul was the one who told me to say, go into the world. But where you are going, they will persecute you. I did not understand. I could see him. You don't understand. I remember I was even taken to a place where there was like water. But this water was so pure. To a point where when you put your leg, even when you are dirty, the water cannot be dirty. In heaven. And there was a place beyond the river. They called it paradise. We are not allowed to go there. But it was like there were many people who could see me on this side and I could see them on the other side. I'm just summarizing the vision because there were a lot of things that happened there. And I was told this is going to happen. This is going to happen right there. And I was told and I said, you know what? Now it's time that we go. I remember we moved from up and I thought I was going to end here on earth. I did not end here. I went underground. I got to a place, and when I got to this place, it was written with big letters, welcome to hell. There was no light. It was dark. The angel said, this is the place called hell. I won't lie to you. I didn't enter. Because I was not allowed to. But I was told. And the angel says, come up. And we were going up like this. And he told me that the sign of the end time will be this. Many will be deceived. That's how the vision ended and I woke up. And I realized when I checked my watch, the vision, you can measure it. In the time of here in earth, it can be like 10 minutes. But in heaven, in the spirit, you will feel like it's now 5 hours or 10 hours. I woke up. I wrote it down on a book. In the morning, I told my father, I said, you know what? I dreamt this. In fact, by that time, I said I dreamt it because I had no understanding that it was an out-of-body experience. I was still young. It has never repeated. I tried. It happened once, yet I can't forget everything that happened there. I'm not telling you of stories that I'm just making up. These are what we call. This happens when you create an environment. You will access dimensions in the realms of the spirit that you will never. Money cannot buy these things. We created environments.